So first of all, let me move this inside this, okay, so for my mistake. And now let's continue. Let me define a new breakpoint so we can go under. And then I feel like in 960, I think this is a good breakpoint like this, so we can take that, go back right here, define the new one, max width 960 pixels, and then let's see what changes we can make right here. Okay, so the first thing I feel like, if we go back right here, as you see here, we're gonna make sure that now we make it only, we remove this, okay, so we can remove that easily by going back to the stories itself and define a new query. And this is gonna be query, and this time is gonna be 960, and also right here the same. And then we're gonna do a test before this, so this is still valid, okay, query 960 pixel. When it's true, then it's gonna be 5, else we do the rest of the 4, sorry, and then we do with the rest of the test. Okay, now it's gonna, let me go and do that. As you see, now it's 4, so we're gonna make sure that the width also for these 2 changes. So this is gonna be in the CSS. So let me go right here, let's select the create post, and then we're gonna make the width to be 93%. Okay, now it's right here. Now we only want to make sure we move the others. So the way that we're gonna do it is select the stories, and the width of it is gonna be 95%. Okay, and I think this is a problem right here, because this is 960 pixels. Okay, let me just continue, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna do also. So first of all, let's also make the home middle, move the little bit, and that's gonna fix it. So margin left also 10%. Okay, and then also gonna move the right home to a bit here, so this is all gonna come to place. Okay, so and this is gonna be, let me see, the left is gonna be 78%, so it's gonna be moved a bit right here. So let's make it more width, so width is gonna be 20 vertical width like that. And now we're gonna work on the what we have there. So simply let's take the splitter one, and then we're gonna make the width is the same, so 20 vertical viewport width. I always mess that up, so now the line is gonna get, you know, larger or more width to it. And now also gonna make the contact circle, which is the one that has the icons, and then we're gonna make the width 30 pixels. Okay, and now let's see right here, now we're gonna make it larger. So let me save this, and as you see, now it's larger. So let me also move this a bit to the right, so it's gonna be obtainable easy. So contacts header right, and this is gonna be from right 0, okay, like this. And now as you see, now it's better. So now if you want to define another breakpoint, we can just keep going. So let's shrink, and as we go, this is all fine for me, and I think like in the 800, like 85, like this, I think this is a good breakpoint to make changes. So let me take that and go back to our code. I know this is like specific, but this is like the right way to make sure that you have full control of your application. Okay, max width, and this is going to be this, and then right here let me changes. So the first change is the right home is gonna be just bye display none. So now we don't have any right place. Okay, and that's first of all, this is up to you. You know, I'm showing you how to do things, and you can play with the values. So create post. Now I'm gonna make sure that the width is 110. Okay, and that's gonna push it a bit like that. So this is also right. So I feel like now we need to show the other story. So same way we've done it before, we can go back just to the stories, define another query, and this is gonna be 885 like this. And we're gonna just check first of all the query, this one, because now we're gonna start from the small, because if you start from the larger is always gonna be true, and then there is no point in testing. Okay, so when this is true, it's gonna be 5, else we continue the same test. So now we have 5 over here. Like, okay, now also want to make sure that the width of the stories is false, so this goes to the right. So that's also obtainable just by CSS. Now we've done with the stories, we're not gonna go back there, don't worry. So now we can go back and select the stories, and the width is gonna be 113. And now as you see, let me just see what I've done. Okay, this is not pixel, this is percent. Okay, and now it's moved right here. So let me just see, I feel like this should be a bit, I don't know, let me just play with the values a bit so we can make sure that it's perfect. Let me first of all go to the home middle and move it a bit. So margin left 9%. Okay, so I feel like now it's right. Okay, I thought it's not a problem I had. Okay, so now everything is all right. So now we can continue also shrinking, and I think this is all right to the point that you see a problem. I also don't like to have like a tight space, always have a good amount of space. The padding is also important. So 805, let's take that. This is gonna be max width 825 pixels. And right here, let me start with the stories. Okay, so the stories, if you remember, let me just show you. If we go to the start for the stories, for the div of the stories, we had a grid that has 6 columns, okay, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all of them had 105 pixels, 105 pixels. Okay, so I want to change that. So let me copy that and go back right here and select the stories, because now I want to make it like changeable width. Okay, so we're gonna change it from a static value to 13 viewport width. Oh, I almost messed it up also. So now it's gonna be 13, and that way, so when you shrink now, it's gonna shrink with the width of the screen, and this is actually very beautiful. Okay, so let me just say something. Also, as you see the text right here for this ones and also this ones, we're gonna remove it because as the screen gets smaller, it just gets messed up. Okay, and if you make the width the font size smaller, you can do that, but I feel like the font size, just the font does not look good. Okay, it's just almost not seeable. Okay, I don't know if that a word if that is a word. So let's continue. Story, profile, name, seeable. Display none, and now it's gone right here. So also want to move it from here, and that div is called, so that div is called dot. You're gonna go story create text, story create text, and I'm gonna remove it also. Okay, so now also I'm gonna change the brightness a bit from here because I feel like it will look better, because this is just white. I don't think it look better. So we can, let's continue right here and select the whole card. So dot create story card, and we're gonna take filter, maybe use the WebKit filter, and then we're gonna use the brightness and make it 96%. And this is, you see right here, gonna change the brightness for this a bit. I know it's a dumb move, or maybe we just remove the WebKit. I think this is fine with all browsers. Okay, and then let's go next. So we're gonna go to the white circle for the stories, this one right here, and we're gonna move it a bit. Okay, so we can need that because when we start shrinking, it's gonna go and like stick to the right, and we don't want that. So we're gonna select, so we're gonna go to the stories and the div that's called white circle, and then we're gonna go right 5 pixels. Now let me see, as you see now it's moved. Now you still have the padding from the right and it's not pushed to the right. Okay, so this is way better. Also we can take this, as you see the story profile, it's a bit large, so also make it changes depending on the width of the screen. So we're gonna go story profile big, and the width is 7 viewport width, not 8, and same goes for the height, like that. So it's still the same. Now if we went and start shrinking, it shrinks also. Okay, I feel like you can add you can change this from the beginning. Okay, I feel like they're a bit large, but I'm just gonna leave them like this, and you do whatever you want. Okay, so I feel like the scroll bar creates a bit of a problem where you keep scrolling. I don't know, it just doesn't look alright for me because it keeps like squeezing with the middle. So let me just hide it, and that's also achievable easy. You can go right here and then lift home, and then we're gonna WebKit and then select the scroll bar and just simply display none, and now it's disappeared. And also you can just keep scrolling when you have on here, it's also scrollable without any problem. Okay, so now let's try and define a new breakpoint. So you can just keep going. This is also gonna change, and I feel like at this like point, maybe like I always like padding, so I'm gonna go 620. I feel like you need to hide this. Okay, this is enough of this. So let me take that, go back right here, define another breakpoint. This is gonna be the largest one, I think, max width, and then put that right here. And then this is gonna be display. We're gonna go to the lift home and then display none. I'm not gonna hide everything. Okay, and then after this we're gonna go to the home middle. Okay, and then we're gonna make it also in the center. So we're just gonna go to the back to position absolute and remove that left margin that we had, so margin left 0, so it goes directly to the mid. Okay, and also we're gonna fix the width for those because it was over 100. So let me just remove that, sorry for that. So we just can simply go to the stories and then the create post and just make them with 100% again. So we go back to the normal state, and now they are back to where they were. Okay, and also this is just gonna hide it. I don't want it. You can just move it. I'm just gonna remove it. Okay, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so we're gonna go to the stories and then the white circle, and then display none, so it's gone. And then we're gonna go to the, let me go to the, let me see, we have 13 right here. Let me change it to 14. So let me copy that. What am I doing here? Okay, stories, and just put this and change this to 14, so we can have a bit of a width right here, as you see. And now if you keep going, it's just gonna keep changing beautifully. But I think like also the height, we're gonna change it. It can't keep be this way, so we can select the story itself. And also we're gonna select the create story card, so because it's a different one, so create story card, and all gonna have a height of 30, maybe viewport width. Okay, and now as you see, it changes. This is very cool. Okay, so let me see what else we can go. I feel like for the create post we need to do a bit of work on it, so I feel like this is gonna be a bit smaller, so we can select that font size and make it a bit smaller. So we can go to the create post, and then let me see, create post icon. Okay, and then we're gonna make the font size 12 pixels, and now it's smaller. And then also the open post, which is this one right here, we can change a bit of from the font, so maybe font size 16, because it was 17 I believe in the beginning. Now it's a bit smaller, so I think it's better. And also these SVGs right here, let's just make them smaller. So we can select that from the create post icon and select the SVG, and then the width to be 20 pixels. Okay, and now we're done with everything. So let me just see any mobile like this. I feel like this is all right. And we still have the padding that we want right here. Okay, you can change if you want the padding from top, if you want to push it up top, like it's up to you. You can select the home middle and then remove the margin top or play with the values. Okay, it's up to you. And we're gonna see later if I'm gonna do it when I have like the full page with all the elements. Okay, so that was what we needed to do for the smaller screen. Let me just make this 100%. Okay, this is not a small screen, this is non-existent. Okay, so this is the mobile, and as you go larger it changes beautifully. Okay, so we're done with this, and if you had any problems or anything, we just can fix it later. Okay, so let's see.